Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and I'm on for another ZBCN video as we talk about is a Coinbase listing on the horizon. So we're going to dive into that. But first, we're going to look at some of the price action and see how Zebec is sitting. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, only use risk capital, and thank you to those who continue to support the channel. So ZBCN is up 16.2% over the last 7 days. And we had a slight pullback over the last 24 hours, 3.3%, which is perfectly fine, sitting at 0.005 and some change. And it's important to note we're ranked 187th. I feel that ZBCN and the path that it's going is going to crack that top 100. It's just the growth and the community growth is cannot be ignored. We're sitting at a $446 million market cap. 24 million in trading volume is kind of what we're looking at. And we know with this particular project, it could get pretty high with the trading volume. Let's see, out of curiosity, let's see. June 1st, we're up around 70 million in trading volume. So it just kind of varies. Here we were trading 138 million over a 24-hour period with the trading volume. So it just kind of depends on when, but we have seen it peak pretty high with that volume, which shows the power and strength of this community. So, one other thing I wanted to look at real quick, I wanted to look at before we dive into like the Coinbase conversation, I wanted to see if we had like some big transactions. Let's go. Yeah, let's do 10K or greater. So somebody today bought 12,000 and 12,590K worth of ZBCN. So that's roughly 2.4 million ZBN tokens. So they dropped 12K, and this was as little as this was today. Now we have some big sales here. Somebody sold off 3 million, 2.6 million, 3.64 million. But if we look on August 3rd, somebody was loading up. They bought 5.13 million ZBCN and 1.9 million ZBCN. So that's roughly combined over 37K US dollars in ZBCN that they bought yesterday. So if you think that people are not paying attention and that whales are not slowly but surely stacking their bags, this is, in my opinion, a clear indication of something potentially special. And again, you're gonna have some whales that are obviously swing trading, as you can see here, but they're able to easily get in and out of trades. 2.4 million bought here on July 31st. Another 15K bought on July 30th. So 2.65 million, excuse me, that was bought there. Yeah, so you get the point. We could probably go on and on kind of looking through some of these buys, but always interesting to see. Oh yeah, somebody bought 31K here and 24K here. So 6 million and 4.6 million ZBCN bought right off the rip, respectively. So definitely shows value, and people see value in ZBCN. So getting to the Coinbase conversation. So I noticed this tweet today by CryptoFront. So shouts out to CryptoFront. He says Coinbase will list ZBCN. Zebec for sure. They are already partners for F's sakes. So he has the Coinbase logo and he has the ZBCN logo there. And if we go and look at ZBCN's website, as you can see, Coinbase Ventures was an early investor in ZBCN, which makes perfect sense. Like, why wouldn't they not allow for a listing, even especially if they have already dropped a significant investment in ZBCN. So that's right here on the website at the bottom. Scroll to the bottom and you'll see it. And so this here was cool too. So tracking update, preparing for delivery. And it says, are Coinbase hitting a ZBCN listing with the ship in the background? And so I go on here and I ask, in your opinion, how is that linked to ZBCN? Because I wasn't putting it together until somebody told me. The word Zebec equals ship. And I go on to say, thank you, bruh. I had no idea. Bullets, thanks for clarifying. Yeah, I mean, the more you know, and that just shows the awesomeness of this community. He was able to quickly explain to me, hey, the word Zebec means ship. I mean, I honestly did not even dive that deep into it or know that was a thing. But if you look at it closely, this logo here kind of looks like a little bit of a ship if you look at this logo. And then plus two, I went ahead on and said, okay, let's look it up. What does it mean? A small 3-mast Mediterranean sailing ship. Yeah. So I looked up the definition and that is true. So this is could potentially be some sort of message, hidden message they're trying to give to people. They're saying, hey, ZBCN is potentially the next one to get listed. But when that's going to happen, your guess is as good as mine. But definitely, this is cool to see. And let's see, do we have any other? I'm not sure if we had any other ZBCN Coinbase type of updates. Let's take a quick look real quick. And this was another one here on June 3rd. And it says Coinbase is to list ZBCN Zebec network. Yeah, and a lot of this, and you're probably asking yourself, okay, what are the reasons why they would get listed? Again, number one, they already have heavily invested in ZBCN through that initial coin offering. So they pretty much help bootstrap the project. But what else will they look at? They would look at a token that has consistent volume, which we've seen it peak as high as 70 million. We've seen it over 100 million in volume over a 24-hour period. They're also going to be looking at, are the holders continuing to increase? And that's what's happening. The growth trajectory is amazing. The holders are continuing to increase. And if we go to ZBCN's page here, we'll look. Their follower account continues to grow up, 279.9K. So that continues to grow. If you go and look on YouTube, the amount of ZBCN videos that are just popping up out of nowhere continue to increase, and those videos are getting a lot of traction. And what does Coinbase want? They want a coin that has like a lot of attention. It has a lot of volume. It has a pretty much an engaged community. This reached 101K people. And then here, 16K. So a lot of their tweets get a ton of engagement. That's 96K. But a lot of people are seeing it. But you get the point on that, far as the engagement and far as the impact potential of this. So what else is also important about a potential Coinbase listing? Well, you want those Coinbase users. Yeah, so how many users does Coinbase have? Coinbase has over 110 million verified users. And this information here, this was Q4 of 2022. So let's do 2025. Can it give us a better estimate? So it's roughly right around the same. It says 108 million users, and Coinbase is a growing global company. But the importance of a Coinbase listing is once you're on Coinbase and once you get trending on Coinbase, then that's going to bring a lot of attention because people are going to see it. So we definitely want to look at that because I've seen it where a coin gets hot, it gets trending, and it just blows up on Coinbase. People they see it, they're able to easily to buy it, and that's a game changer. And that's another thing, alternative ease of use payment methods. You can buy ZBCN on crypto.com with your debit card. I'll leave my link in the YouTube description. Feel free to use it. You can buy it on a DEX on Solana. But imagine being able to go to your Coinbase account as well and potentially go on there, use a debit card, bank account, crypto, whatever, and buy ZBCN. And it's 108 million plus users that could potentially tap in and buy it. And it's going to, at that point, absolutely explode. So I hope this video provided you with some value as we talked about the current price action of ZBCN. We talked about where it's ranked. We looked at big buys for ZBCN. Who's buying it? Are whales loading up? And we showed some examples of whales loading up. And we went down the path of talking about the Coinbase listing and the symbolism behind this commercial here and what Zebec means. And it simply means ship. So it seems like everything's aligning for a potential Coinbase listing here soon. As you already know, Coinbase is a partner with ZBCN and they were early investors in this project. I want to thank you for listening and thanks for stopping by.